Hey everybody, this is Jack Hammer. I am the beat writer for the Santa Rosa Press Democrat covering the 49ers. Want to come on and give you a quick update on the 49ers injury situation heading into Sunday's big game against the Cowboys. Really, for the 49ers, this is about as good as it can get. Going in, like I said, heading into probably the biggest game of the season, the 49ers appear to be as healthy as they've been all year long. Right now, today, the 49ers only have 4 players that were listed on their injury report for Sunday, and none of them were doubtful. You had 4 of them that were listed as questionable, and those include punter Mitch Wishnowsky, who is dealing with a concussion. He's in the concussion protocol and is expected to be able to get out of that in time for the game on Sunday. Also, you have safety Talanoa Hufanga, who has been dealing with a groin injury, as well as linebackers Azeez Al-Shaair, dealing with a knee, and Marcel Harris, who has an Achilles injury. Al-Shaair did not participate in Friday's practice, while Hufanga and Harris were limited participants. Among the players not listed, a couple of big ones: Trent Williams at left tackle and nickelback K'Waun Williams, along with quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. Trent Williams returned to practice on Thursday after missing last week's season finale against the Rams due to an elbow sprain. The veteran left tackle was named to the first team All-Pro for the first time in his career on Friday. Quite the accomplishment there. He was actually joined on the first team All-Pro list by 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel. So those are your 2 49ers that end up with All-Pro honors. And it was funny today during Deebo Samuel's time with the media. He was asked how he would label himself as a running back slash wide receiver, and he came up with the term wide back because he's a wide receiver playing running back, and that was kind of a good one right there for Deebo Samuel. From now on, who will be known as the 49ers wide back. And then the other players, another key player returning for the 49ers this week looks like it's going to be K'Waun Williams, and you can't really come at a better time for Williams to rejoin the lineup, considering the 49ers are going to be taking on one of the top passing offenses in the NFL. Williams missed last week's game due to not feeling well. He'd been dealing with COVID symptoms throughout last week. He'd missed all those practices, was not able to practice. He was activated on Saturday, but decided not to play in the game. It appears that he will be ready to play on Sunday, though. And then last but not least, you have Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo returned to full practice this week. He was a full participant yesterday and today. That's the first time that he's done that since suffering the torn ligament in his right thumb on the 23rd of December in Tennessee. If you recall, leading up to the game against the Houston Texans, he didn't practice at all, didn't even throw a ball until the Tuesday before the Rams game, and he was a limited participant all throughout last week. But he did practice in full this week, and he is set to make his second straight start for the 49ers when they go to Dallas on Sunday. The only injury listed on the Cowboys injury report for Sunday is linebacker Keanu Neal. He's been ruled out due to elbow and chest injuries, which limited him on Wednesday before keeping out of practice on Thursday and Friday. Neal is 4th among Cowboys defenders and tackles, despite making only 5 starts in 14 games played this year. Like the 49ers, Dallas is going to see their top left tackle return from injury. Tyron Smith returned to practice in full on Thursday. Smith has missed 6 games this season, 5 due to an ankle injury, and 1 with COVID-19. But when he's been on the field, Smith has shown he is still one of the best left tackles in the NFL. So definitely something to watch out for with the 49ers on Sunday. And real quick, before I go any further, I do want to take a second to shout out a few people who are following along in the chat. E. Kim, one of the guys that's always on the call-in shows that I do. Great to have him on board. It's been a little while since I've done a call-in show and had a chance to chat with him. Hope he's doing well. Peter, how you doing? Good to see you. And then Texas Niner, hope you're doing good as well. Definitely a lot of things going on for the 49ers this week. And then on top of that, they talked a little bit to Kyle Shanahan had a chance to speak with the media today, as they always do. The head coaches always do on Friday before the games. He was asked what his feelings were for his team heading into Sunday's contest. And Shanahan, as you'd expect, was quite positive. He said that he feels like like most teams in the playoffs, the 49ers are pretty confident right now. They're no different. Uh, According to Shanahan, he feels that the Niners were really, really confident going into that Tennessee game. You could see that with the way that they came out. They had a tough loss, though. And then, going into the next week there against Houston, they came back. You saw that confidence carry over into Los Angeles, which was just like a playoff game based on the way that game was going to play out and how they felt like it was going to play out based on New Orleans and Atlanta. And, the 49ers are a more battle-tested unit than than probably any other team that's heading into the playoffs, really, with the way that the path that they've had to take over the second half of the year. They've been in this mode for a while, and it's really over the whole second half of the season, it's pretty much been win or go home for the 49ers. And that's just going to carry over, and it'll be interesting to see how they're able to go into this game on Sunday and if they're able to carry that over for the performance this week. Just a lot of good things. And then another thing with the 49ers as you look into this game, Steve Young was on KNBR on Wednesday. He does a show with them every Wednesday night, and he had some interesting comments to make regarding Jimmy Garoppolo and the Cowboys. In particular on the Cowboys, this is what he said. I think there's something about hiring coaches who don't have authority because the players know the owner's the authority. That's why the Cowboys are so up and down and they don't get to their full potential. I don't believe the guys coming out of the Cowboys locker room are going to come out with the ownership and the belief like the 49ers players have. And that could be true. San Francisco has fought through adversity all season long. After opening up the season 3-5, they win 7 of their last 9. They've been dealing with injuries throughout the season. And then, like I said, earlier, they're finally healthy again. And then, on top of that, you have a 49er team that's been dealing with constant questions about the quarterback situation, which is to be expected when you have a team that goes out and uses 3 first-round draft picks to select a quarterback with a 3rd pick in the draft. And Young said this about Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy had something happen this year. I don't know when. He started this year tight, feeling all the pressure of what was happening in the offseason. Not sure of his place, said Young. Against the Rams, it was like playing with house money, and there was just a release. Usually when it's tighter late in the game, you can see he's grinding. But last week, it was like, bro, I'm good. Let's roll. He's smiling. He and Deebo Samuel are laughing. And I thought it was a different guy. I'm pretty excited to see him go down to Dallas. And I agree with what Steve Young saying there. He definitely had a good second half. You saw, at least I noticed the smile as well when they were down there getting ready for that final drive. So it's going to be interesting to see how the 49ers are able to come out of this game, and if they're able to take advantage of some things that the Cowboys present their offense that they could take advantage of. We'll get into a little bit more of that tomorrow when I get into the breakdown of the game and where I think it's going to go. But I will answer a couple of questions here. Actually, start off with Ekim. He tells me he's doing good. Great to hear. And he asked when I'm going to be doing my next call-in show. You know what? I'll probably do a call-in show on Monday, considering that it's a holiday for a lot of people. I know I'm off of work that day, and it'll be a perfect time to call in and do a show like that, especially right off of the game, to do that for everybody on Monday. So let's plan on doing a call-in show on Monday after the 49ers Cowboy game, and we'll do a nice breakdown of that game and see how it worked out. Hopefully we're talking about a 49ers win at that point. Texas Niner asks what my thoughts are on Dak. I think Dak doesn't play well in clutch games. I haven't seen enough of Dak Prescott in the playoffs. Nobody really has. He hasn't played a whole lot of those games yet in his career. But he's a very good quarterback. I think what we're going to see this week is a 49ers team that's going to want to make him beat them. I think they're going to try to shut this run down, and if they can shut the Cowboys' run down, it'll be interesting to see if Dak Prescott can step up and carry the Cowboys to victory on his back. And then David asks, will Azeez Al-Shaair play? He, just going back, I believe that he did not practice today, but let me just double check on that really quick. As far as Friday, no, he did not practice today. I don't believe that we're going to see Azeez Al-Shaair I know he's listed as questionable, but just looking at the way that the practice report broke down, uh, he was a limited participant on Wednesday. He was limited on Thursday, and then the fact that he went from limited to not to a did not practice today, I would think that that's going to rule him out for practice for the game on Sunday. They're not going to list him as such, but I would just guess that when it gets to that point in the on Saturday, about an hour and a half before the game's at 1:40, so we'll know about 12:10 on Sunday, and I would expect to see Azeez Al-Shaair not be in the lineup for the 49ers this week. Let's see what else. Ekim says, my keys for the game are the line of scrimmage battle, Jimmy not turning the ball over, and punt coverage with CeeDee Lamb returning punts for Dallas. Oh, those are good ones, especially the CeeDee Lamb returning punts for Dallas. That's not one that I put down on mine, but that's definitely, because I try to keep mine to only 5. But if I was to add a 6, it definitely would have been can the 49ers pick up the pace on their special teams? They've struggled on that area. It's the special teams is the one spot with the 49ers that has been a kind of a bad area for them. They've been pretty good with the offensive side and the defensive side, really, when you look at their efficiency stuff. But it's the special teams where they've fallen off, and they've really struggled on special teams this year, giving up a number of points because of it. And I could see that definitely being an issue for the 49ers here with CeeDee Lamb. If the 49ers do not step up their special teams game, I could see that being a problem for them on Sunday. Hey, Texas Night, are you just drive safe? You don't need to be sending in comments as you're driving. I appreciate you watching, though. That's awesome that you're listening in, and be safe out there. But this game on Sunday is going to be a lot of fun. The 49ers Cowboys, huge rivalry. For this game, they haven't played each other for 27 years. There's not very many players even on the 49ers roster who could probably even remember the last time the 49ers and the Cowboys played in a playoff game together back in 1995. So definitely, I think a revival of the rivalry here, and a lot of 49er fans going to be getting their first glimpse of 49er Cowboys playoff football. And it's going to be a fun one come Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how the 49ers match up. There's a lot of positives when you look at these two teams from a statistical standpoint that seem to point in the 49ers' favor. But as you know, they play the games. They don't play them on paper. They play them on the field. And this is a matchup for the 49ers that, like I said, there's so many things that point in their direction, and they just need to be able to hold on to the ball and do the right things in terms of, if they hold on to the ball, I think the 49ers are going to have a really good chance of winning this game. If they don't, it's going to be like every other time they've turned the ball over this year, which doesn't work out in their favor. So, guys like Micah Parsons and Trevon Diggs, those guys are going to be making plays for the Dallas defense. I just feel really solid with the 49ers, what they can do based off of when you look at the matchup. The 49ers strengths match up really good with the weaknesses of the Cowboys. And even on the defense, the one weakness I think you would say for the 49ers might be the pass defense because of their secondary, but that pass rush kind of makes up the difference for it and really helps keep that in check. So just wanted to jump in really quick, give you a quick update on the injury situation heading into Sunday. Like I said, the 49ers are about as healthy as they've been all season. The only thing that they have is the 4 players that are questionable, but usually for the 49ers, questionable means they still have a chance to play on Sunday. When they list players as doubtful, that's usually when they're not going to play. So we saw the 49ers do this last week with the Rams, where they're playing a little bit of gamesmanship. They don't want to list that out there, make it easy, but we'll see how it works out. And I will be back tomorrow, though, so jump on tomorrow with me. I will be on tomorrow probably around noon Pacific time for my 49ers preview, to preview the Cowboys 49ers game that's going to be coming up on Sunday. I'll then be back on Sunday night with a post-game show to break that down. And then, as I mentioned earlier here to Ekim, we'll be doing a 49er call-in show on Monday afternoon to take your calls and discuss the game and everything going on with the 49ers. And we'll either be talking about a win and moving on to the second round of the playoffs, or we'll be breaking it down and getting ready for the for the offseason. So join me tomorrow for the 49ers preview show. Thank you all for joining and taking the time to watch this. If you could please subscribe if you're not already, hit that like button, comment, that'd be fantastic. Appreciate everybody that follows along here. And as well, if you can get yourselves over to the 49ers.pressdemocrat.com. That's the Inside the 49ers blog at the Santa Rosa Press Democrat. That is where all of my writing is. New content added on a daily basis. And there's a good group of folks in the chat over there as well in the comment section. So get yourself over there. Make that one of your favorites on your taskbar for your computer, and check it out on a daily basis. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a good day.